Can you promote her, please? She's Chinese. She wants to speak. Let me explain to you. At 11 o'clock, around 11 o'clock, Professor Zhu of the Keshe Foundation China, who's been negotiator between Keshe Foundation and Chinese government, most probably will join us. Through Professor Zhu, we've been trying to negotiate path of peace with the Office of His Excellency President Xi through military and other aspects. We are waiting for a response from the Office of His Excellency President Xi through Professor Zhu in the coming hours. We have given a deadline both to China, to Russia, and to the United States to respond to this technology. Otherwise, as we said, this unit, as you see on the table, will be driven to the White House, will indicate the path. Douglas will choose the path he wants to go through, and he can follow it and join it, because this is not a march for energy, but it's a march for peace against new technology. It's not just energy, it's a space, it's food, it's agriculture. When nowadays we go to top restaurants, top places in the world, we see doctors, engineers as waiters, as taxi drivers. We see surgeons doing menial job because the degree they have no jobs for. With this technology, we don't need doctors. We are all doctors and professors in the field of plasma. As in space, we need to be. This new technology will not create jobs that will be wish of the governments, but will bring peace to the people of the nations that the governments do not need to be there to govern. As I said, we will hear from Professor Zhu around about 11 o'clock. If, as a representative of Keshe Foundation China, and the mediator between the Keshe Foundation and Chinese government officials, he's prepared to open and respond back to us. They've asked, they need time. Our time finishes on Sunday in the White House. Go on the media and tell everyone they can come and see. This is not a magic show. If I can read you something which has gone to the White House, we put it on that it could be seen. And it was very simple. And that is, we teach the President of the United States to make nanomaterials, and we show him how to make generators. And through that live, we teach the world how to walk away from the shackles of the energy. I wonder how true is the offices of the world leaders in giving a hand to their citizens to come out of the line of the poverty. We have seen a number of people who are and developed systems that can produce gold. It's been shown on the internet in the past few days. After this, in the next few weeks, we show you how to produce gold as others have achieved it. They followed the procedure I set out a couple of weeks ago, and they have managed to achieve to do it. We'll bring them in. You see the first signs, and then we build on it. Let the Chinese speak, please.
Hello, Mr. Cash and everyone. This is Lucy. My Chinese name is Ling Wang Ling. And I'm sorry for the background music. My husband is playing guitar, and I hope his music can also bring the peace and love to all this world. I'm very exciting at this time because at the first time I heard about Cash Foundation, I heard about this technology. I say, oh, it's the hope for all of the world, all the people. It can free the people. It can liberate them from the control and hardworking and tragic. and the war and everything. And I think that's too amazing. But at that time, I'm not so believing about that. Is that true? Sometimes when I talk with people of this technology, everybody told me it's too good to be believed. But right now, I, I say it's true. And thank you for all the R&D teams to bring this so magic technology to all the people, and that for all the people's wealth. And thank you for everybody. And I want to talk to our government, Chinese government, to our Chairman Xi. Please bring this beautiful knowledge and share it to all of our Chinese people. As a ancient country, as a responsible country, we are in charge of the world in our shoulders to be act as a great China, and all the world will thank you for your decision. And for those people who want to destroy this, who want to prevent this, I want to say, please listen to the voice from the heart of all of the Chinese people. If they all know this kind of knowledge, if they all the beautiful future, and they will overwhelming it.
Would you like to speak in Chinese to change for humanity? Please explain in Chinese.
我叫王林，我是一个中国人。当我第一次听说开始课时候，我非常的兴奋。我认为这是人类的未来，我认为这将能够将人类从被奴役和繁重的工作和所有的悲惨的生活中解放出来。但是在那个时候，我认为这似乎美好的不可思议。当我跟很多的朋友们在说起开始科技的时候，大部分的人都告诉我，这太好了，太令人难以置信，所以他们不相信。但是今天，我终于看到了这个技术成为了现实。我非常的感谢凯始先生，感谢凯始的开发团队，他们制造出了如此美妙的技术，如此美妙的产品，这些产品将为世界人民带来福利，并且我想对我的国家的领导人和习主席说，请接受这个技术，请将这个技术带给全中国人，让每一个人都能够分享，并且对那些试图阻止这一技术让以利益人类的人来说，你们的主旨是毫无意义的。我们请聆听所有中国人的心声。如果他们都知道有如此美好的技术能够被应用的话，这是无法阻止的。Okay, thank you for everybody.
Thank you very much.
To build the new world for the people, especially for Togo government. We want to say thank you, and we invite you to the more interaction, to attend more people, to give them life. We receiving every day plenty message from our people saying thank you for the life and peace. We want this continuous, and we want to attend all Togo people. I want to say thank you and invite you for more and more action for people of Togo. Thank you.
Hi, this is Wayne Nguyen from Los Angeles, California, USA. I'm Vietnamese American. I was a refugee as a child during the Vietnam War. I escaped out of Vietnam during 1980s. I witnessed the Vietnam War ended in 1975 with bombs and artillery. My family and I were running from from the war, and then later on escape out of Vietnam. Um, Now this is the new technology with the Cash Foundation. Thanks to Mr. Cash, and thank you for Douglas, and thank you for the team that bring the forth the technology to us. And please, the world leaders, we don't need to fight anymore. War is over. With with China heading towards the South China Sea or creating another wars, we don't need that. Our children need love and care. Our families need food to eat, need a home to live, the energy to survive and live in a peaceful world. Mr. Obama, you are the minority too. You understand the hatred, the discriminations. Me too. I understand that because I live in the United States. Struggle for energy, struggle day to day, make a living, and now we are equal now with this technology. So my wish and my best for every human being not to run from machine guns until on behalf of the Vietnamese population worldwide that's escaped out of Vietnam, especially under the second Saigon, the little Saigons and down Westminster's, Southern California. Please, you guys pay attention. Saw the police, speak out because you witnessed the Vietnam War. 3 million to 4 million people died during the Vietnam War for nothing. During that war, three countries were involved heavily: United States, Russia, and China, and Vietnam is in the middle of it. So please, this is not time for wars anymore. This is time for peace. Best wish and love for all. Thank you very much.
Hello, this is Egmar Eckel from Germany. I would like to talk to my government in German. Liebe Bundeskanzlerin Frau Merkel, ich hoffe, dass Sie die Stärke und das Rückgrat haben, diese Technologie von der Cash Foundation zu unterstützen. Es wird nicht leicht sein, gegen die Energiemafia vorzugehen, aber Sie sind die erste Frau, die dieses Amt als Bundeskanzler der Bundesrepublik Deutschland innehat. Und ich hoffe, dass Sie die Stärke haben, diese Technologie in Deutschland zu verbreiten. Vielen Dank. Thank you.
Hello, this is Camille Sheikh from Switzerland, and I want to address in German, and maybe in Luxembourgish, the WHO Commission President, and as the Prime Minister of Luxembourg, and the Green Commission, Claude Thomas, who is also involved in a lot of climate and renewable things. I will talk Luxembourgisch. Für den Herr Jean-Claude würde ich mal Zeit halt, die Sache zu holen, zu gucken, was mögliche Pouvoir für die Boden nicht mehr müssen was Produktion an Umwelt geht. Den Appell schicken ich den Premier Xavier. Xavier Büttel, den zu Lützeburg auch Möglichkeiten hat, etwas zu machen für die Art von Technologie, wie sie halt präsentiert werden, umzusetzen. An dem Claude zum Europaparlament, die verdrängt aus den nicht statt zu gewählen, die Fußaufdruck reduziert, vielleicht auch für ihn, die dort Sachen umsetzen kann. Und also, der den, ja, die gesagt Vorleger vom Europa. Excuse me, didn't you hear me well? Oh, that's not so good. Should I repeat or? Oh God. Okay. Yeah.
See.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, Professor Xu.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I was late because of my trip.
Yeah. Let me explain to you, Professor Xu, what's happened. The unit behind, as you see on the screen, is a unit free energy connected to nothing. We've shown its operation. Douglas, can you put the light on, please? It's fully controlled, 4.7 kilowatt, with nothing but a maglev. Nothing is connected to the system. Is the unit which we promised you to be taken to the Beijing to Washington. So you can see the system. There is nothing there to say there is something behind it. The yellow box is taken out, and this is the message I gave you to pass on to President Xi. This unit will cost nothing. It's just got a maglev unit and other bits in the background. No magnets, no circuitry. So this is the message of peace from us to carry to Beijing, to your leaders, through the military and others who are connected and negotiate with us. We are taking this unit on Sunday to Washington to the White House to be shown. And on the route, anybody can join us. They can test it, they can add their own system to it and test it and enjoy it. So those of people who made the maglev units in China, now they can convert it to energy unit and energy becomes free.
Great.
Now, I leave the ground to you, what you want to do and what you think the next step will be by the Chinese government and the officials. What do you think will be? We have heard appeals from Chinese who would like the government to take it up. And we heard from the Americans. You are the man in between the Keshe Foundation and the Chinese authorities. We leave it to you.
Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah, you indeed contribute a lot and made such a wonderful things to the world. I have been here for about 50 minutes. So quite a few people from different countries already give a great praise on your achievement and your contribution. So during my communication with the middlemen and the secretaries, so I have conveyed the message to the secretary of the senior general. So since the general is at the meeting, I think most likely the message will be passed to him in the afternoon at China time, so which will be around this time. And the middleman transfer my message immediately. At the same time, he also give you a few messages I sent to you before.
Yes,
so
I understood.
yeah, he thinks that this issue is very critical and important, and both for China and for the rest of the world. And he told me we are not expecting the immediate response due to short notice, right? So they will get the meeting. So to get the response, they will try to get the response as soon as possible.
Thank you very much. I think you understand more than anybody else as a professor in the university and a scientist and a medical doctor. This changes everything for China. You become energy independent, as you've seen, at a few dollars.
Yes, and yes.
This is in a way a hand of peace through America to China and Russia. And I think we cannot refuse this.
Yeah, the middleman already transferred the message to the secretary of the President Xi. Yes. So because they are friends for a long time, so it's very easy for him. So so far.
Yes, sorry to come in because people don't need to know the background. What we need to know,
sure.
What we need to achieve is the Chinese government passage what we asked that the President of the United States. We know there is a summit in G20 in September.
In Hangzhou.
Yes, Hangzhou.
Yes. Yes.
We want this trouble through within next week, where the Keshe Foundation supporters will deliver the unit, as they did to Washington, to Beijing. We need to do this to show equality in everything, because as you know and I know, China has access to the technology, as you said in your writing. Russia and China have already negotiated on my technology. I understand it. So what we need to know is we can use the energy as tool of peace, and we need to get a confirmation from the Chinese government that such a flight with the technology to be delivered, and we teach the Keshe Foundation supporters across China to build it themselves for the Chinese. We need this to be done, and we'll see the huge economical crash across the world with the loss of oil revenues. But it came from nothing, it'll go to nothing. So we need you to support or to confirm through Chinese government, through the American government, that we can take the step, what we call the flight of peace between Washington and China, in receiving the technology and disclosing the same. We offer the same thing to President Xi as we offered to President Obama. We teach him to build the unit in the palace live, and then the rest of the nation can follow. This is our wish, and we expect the response to be correct.
Yes, very good, very good. Yeah. So, yeah, this is a yeah. I think I would like to quote the words from Armstrong when he landed the moon. So this is a small step for Keshe Foundation, but a big giant, a big leap for the humankind, for mankind. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Nicely put.
Yeah.
Professor Xu, we look forward to hear from you with the positive results from Beijing in the coming hours or days.
Yeah, I'll try all the best, all my best to give signal and put them in the proper way. Yeah.
Would you like to address the Chinese in Chinese as a Keshe Foundation and the spokesman or a connection with the government of China, please?
Okay, thank you. 各位凯史科技爱好者，我是科大的朱涛。那么今天的话有机会，凯史先生让我给大家简单说几句话。那么首先的话，我非常感谢凯史先生，他长期致力于世界和平，那么以科技换和平的宗旨，给全世界带来福祉。尤为感动的是，他的特别重视对中国的教学和给中国人民带来福祉。那么这一理念得到非常好的贯彻。那么作为我个人来讲，仅仅是作为凯史先生的一个私人的信使，同时也是作为中国政府的指定的信使。那么其实我卷入这样一场信使的过程，是在很大程度上是一种被动的被卷入的。那么是由于官方直接派人来找到我，然后充当跟凯史先生的直接信使。那么到目前为止，相关的双方的一些信息都得到了非常及时和有效的传递。那么这其中当然会有一些误解，也会有一些双方就是有些意见上的分歧，但是总的来讲，各方面的沟通和理解在不断的加深。那么从另外一方面来讲，我也知道中国长期以来对等离子体科技，那么这个科技虽然说凯史先生本身是在其中是起了巨大的作用，但是这其中也包括我们中国本国科学家的独立研发，那么实际上已经也取得了很大的成就。那么我们也希望未来有机会能跟凯史先生共同交流，那么进一步促进中国的相关科技事业的发展，促进人类的和平。那么就我而言，我觉得我能做的最好的事情，也就是进一步的协助官方与凯史先生加强沟通与交流，那么以最终能够让他的科技尽早的能够服务中国人民以及服务于世界人民。那么在这里我还除了对凯史先生表示再次感谢之外，我也希望大家能够充分和相信以及理解中国政府的英明决定，因为中国政府的他自身的资源和他自身的能力是强大的如果就在座的任何一个人，当你没有机会深入了解的时候，你是无法想象的。所以我希望大家一定要保持充分的耐心和充分的信心，去相信中国政府和中国人民。我们一定有机会在新世纪革命到来的时候，站在世界的最前列，成为世界科技革命的领军者。谢谢大家。Thank you very much, Ms. Kasher.
You're welcome. I hope we'll receive a positive answer from Beijing in the coming hours.
Okay. It depends on the response speed. So I will trace them all the time. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
As soon as I get any message, I will let you know. Thank you.
Thank you indeed.
Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Do we have anybody else who wants to say anything?
I would like to just say that at this time, make sure to serve from your heart. There's going to be big changes coming in, and the only way we can work together is to serve from your heart and give what you can to help another human being, because we are all one. Simple as that. And everything will going to go well, and everything is going to be okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Good morning, everyone. good morning from Ghana, and we know that a change has come, and it's coming to abide forever, and we'll see more changes and more good things coming from the Cash Foundation family. We thank you all.
Yes, I'm Flint. I'm from the United States. And the technology we have seen here today is the beginning of a new future for mankind. This breaks all of the shackles that we feel bound by, starting with energy. And today is the beginning of a new future for Americans and for all people on this planet. We have been given a way that can provide us energy in all forms that we need, so we don't have to harm the planet or kill anyone. These devices are what we need to build and share and use to start bringing peace and abundance for everyone. And to the U.S. government, keeping the status quo as you know it is over. Stand down, listen and learn to the U.S. all the U.S. citizens who truly care to bring peace and prosperity. Thank you, Douglas, and the innovation team. And thank you, Mr. Kesh, for all of your unconditional love and for bringing this wonderful technology to this planet. Thank you.
Beam would like to speak. Among viewers.
We do, excuse me, we do have several people with their hands up there. Vince, should we promote them and just let them speak?
Can I speak?
Yes.
Ik ben Pim uit België en ik roep. Ik roep de Belgische regering aan om te kiezen voor vrede en om beslissingen te nemen die vrede zullen bewerkstelligen om alle productie van wapens te stoppen. En hebben jullie dan niet begrepen dat de aanslagen in België met jullie eigen wapens gebeuren? Het verhaal op deze aarde is te droevig om nog langer te kunnen inleven, te pijnlijk om te dragen. Het stopt nu. We zijn één ziel en hoe is het mogelijk om onszelf zoveel pijn aan te doen voor een brok papier dat geld noemt? Stop alle misbruik in België en in de hele wereld. Alle slavernij en onderdrukking. Mag vrede in ons hart wonen. En mag vanuit ons hart wij stralen als een vredevolle zon. En de wereld verheffen tot wat waarde is om voor te leven. Met zorg en met respect voor elkaar. Laten we dit samen doen, lieve zielgenoten. Word toch wakker. We zijn nu vrij. Vertrouw, we zijn er bijna. And thank you, all Kishi family, for your support. We are one soul and one in peace. Let's make so beautiful earth to live on, please. Thank you.
Heel mooi gezegd. Direct van de ziel. We horen je allemaal.
Hello, this is Maria from Norway. I want to address this to the Norwegian leaders, which is Erna Solberg and her people. And I also address this to Jens Stoltenberg, who is a Norwegian, which is the leader of NATO. And I want to tell that Norway is having this peace prize every year. So I think peace is a very important thing for Norwegians. And I would say this in Norwegian. Kjære Erna, Jens og alle medmennesker i Norge, alle nordmenn. Vi deler ut fredspris hvert år. Norge blir sett på som, vi liker å kalle oss for verdens beste land å bo i. Vi deler ut fredsprisen. Vi liker å se på oss selv som gode mennesker. La Norge bli med i dette viktige arbeidet sammen med Cash Foundation med å skape fred på jord. NATO, vær med å skape fred og ikke krig. Vi vil ikke ha mer krig. Cash Foundation har gitt oss teknologien vi trenger for å få varig fred. Det løser utfordringer som fri energi, helseutfordringer, forurensning, transport og sult. I Norge har vi god kompetanse på cash-teknologi. Ta kontakt med oss, sånn at vi kan samarbeide og vi kan vise dere hva som er mulig. Og sånn at vi sammen kan skape frihet og fred på jord, ikke bare for nordmenn, men for hele verden. La Norge være med på å bringe fred for alle mennesker på jord. Og jeg vil også takke Cash Foundation for alt de har gjort for verden. Takk.
Just a reminder to people to keep the microphones muted if you're not speaking so that we don't get feedback.
This is Umut from Turkey and Russia. I would like to thank you, Mr. Keshe, bringing this knowledge to us. We need peace more than anything. We learn always from past wars and past pains. My country, Turkey, had a big lesson. And just last week, 5 million people come in one city together to bring message of peace. Because some terror happened in Turkey, but people understand they can come together. And the meeting was exactly the place I lived in Istanbul. Before I come Russia, I was in just a point. And this was great message for me. Now I would like to talk some Turkish. Barışı, birleşmeyi öğrenmemiz için illa acı mı çekmeliyiz? Savaş nasıl başlatılıyorsa, barışı da başlatan bir kişi vardır. Keşe Bey, size bu araçları, bu imkanları verdiğiniz için çok minnettarım. Teşekkür ediyorum. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm James from Ontario, Canada. this technology definitely solves all of humanity's problems.
We cannot hear you. You're interrupted.
Yeah, you're. Sorry, you're coming through unclear. Hello, James. You're gonna have to get a better connection.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
I can't hear you.
We have a problem with your reception, with your transmission. It's coming in pieces. It's not audible.
Yes, I think we'll have to mute until that issue gets resolved. It was too hard to hear. Okay.
Douglas, would you like to enlighten us?
What was that, Mr. Cash?
I said, would you like to enlighten us? Show the light is still working.
Oh, sure.
There we are. Touch of a finger. Energy and your finger point. Literally at your fingertips. No problem. Energy on demand at no cost. This is what is available in a space. In a space, we don't have to look for power stations. We don't need to. Now we understand how to absorb. Don't forget, as I said before, this is the beginning. This is a crawling step for the new world of science. We have to understand, we did not bring this technology into open for changes on this planet, but we brought the technology for enter man into universal community. Many of you will build on this. Many of you use this and other technologies which is getting developed by Keshe Foundation family around the world. Now we are bringing governments into play. This is the change. Now we will not do it in the kitchens and in the garages. We'll do it in the most advanced laboratories and offices of the governments and universities. We have already achieved this in a couple of countries where the Keshe Foundation has become part of the structure and is becoming part of the structure of the teaching and governmental organization research. Our next goal after this, as I said, by September or sometime around September, is to show the flight system. Energy was the biggest breakthrough that you all wanted. We satisfied the thirst. We will deliver this technology on Sunday if the doors of the White House are open for Douglas to walk in. We teach the President as we teach his family in Africa. There will be no difference between the White House and Africa in learning the knowledge. A man whose forefathers brought the man to the White House, now the White House, from the White House, can teach the man in Africa how to become equal without going to the troubles and the slavery and crossing the seas to have a better life. This way we offer the better life. Does not matter wherever you are in this universe. The power of this, what has been shown today, will hit the world in a very, very short time, but with a huge punch. In the next 24 hours, the Keshe Foundation website will indicate the map of the drive from where Douglas is to Washington. It's one of you or hundreds of you, or you can go on the World Wide Web and ask people to be there. Bring your systems and connect it to the system in front of the White House. See it working with no connection. Then we teach worldwide. We will open our blueprint once we are satisfied with the final, that everybody can build it and everybody can use it. The Keshe Foundation team is in a heavy hard work in the background. Douglas will leave sometimes on Saturday lunchtime. We'll line a map if it's him on his own, or if you are a true peace lovers, which you want to bring the change. But in Washington we meet. He'll be in front of the White House on Sunday. I wonder if the White House is wide enough to open the door. Anybody else who wants to join us?
This is Mosfek. I am in Bangladesh. I lived half my life in the United States and the other half in Bangladesh. There is no more need for energy, power, energy, health, or food. And people in Bangladesh right now, even illiterate ones, are learning how to do this. They're benefiting from the health, and they're getting the power as well very soon. And those who are in power, they can follow these people, and we can achieve the peace. Thank you, everybody. And thank you very much, Mr. Kesh.
Hello, this is James from Ontario, Canada again. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you. I just want to say that this technology solves all of humanity's problems. I want to thank you, Mr. Kesh, for bringing humanity peace by sharing this knowledge. The world can now move forward from greed, war, and poverty to prosperity for all people, everybody. We must embrace this knowledge now. We ask the Canadian government to begin a plan to implement this technology immediately. I want to thank all the members of the Kesh Foundation for their hard work to bring this to the world. Mr. Kesh found the technology, figured it out, and the foundation has brought it to us. It's just amazing what you've achieved. There's a funny way to look at this. We used to think that the universe was Earth-centric. We used to think that the Earth was flat. We are at a similar crossroads right now, and we will realize there is no option but to accept this correct path of plasma technology. It is so simple. Thank you so much.
Douglas, I think you better map the road or road the map in a way for Sunday. You have a beautiful path ahead.
It's not that hard of a map to follow. You know, it's not that far. So through Kentucky and Virginia, and you're there. So
I hope it will be a fantastic trip.
I hope I'm accepted. These people they don't seem to want to give up control through energy. You know,
Put it this way, it's not for them to accept. We have delivered. They have no choice.
You know, the funny thing is, I've heard you say, you know, fossil fuel, we'd had to have dinosaurs stacked to the atmosphere, and I've always agreed. And most people don't even know, but you can ask any geologist, and they'll tell you that the fossil layer only goes down to 18,000 feet. They've never found a fossil any lower than 18,000 feet. This was a scheme set up in 1892 to make fossil fuel. It's a never-ending source, as Mr. Kesh said, and we've seen it through the gas and salt water, and that's how it works. Sinks to the lower level. It pulls up, replenishes every day, but they've got us convinced that it's running out, so they jack up the prices and they control us through that form of energy. Now, you look into oil drilling and you'll see that oil is usually below 20,000 feet, so it's far below the fossil layer. So how could it be a fossil fuel? You know, so, but nobody asks these questions, you know, and then when they do, they just get ignored. You know, and most people that have brought forth a form of supplemental energy or partially free energy, because nothing's free. You have to put work into this. You have to build it, so it can't be free. You know, yes, I'm drawing current voltage through a series of a system that I built, but I had to build it, so it's not free. You know, so but basically free energy, and these people aren't so receptive of those that have done this in the past. And I'm just hoping that with the dimensional shift, that these people, you know, if nobody's noticed, Hillary Clinton's all of a sudden started having these twitches since the 15th of July when Mr. Kesh said, you know, judgment's begun. You know, some of these people that are in political positions of power, if you've not noticed, they've started acting kind of strange. You know, the Rothschilds.
Douglas, there is no other. We are all one. We are. There is no like. It has changed forever. So we just have to simply love everybody and respect everybody. There is no other. We are all as one, and everything from the past is forgiven and forgotten. Simply.
Let me say something. A couple of years ago, on the 16th of June, when we announced. Yes, can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
No.
Can you hear me now better?
No, maybe it's your microphone.
Yes.
That's better.
Yes, that's better. Okay, because I pulled my microphone up not to make noise. As I said, 2 years ago, on 16th of June, on the 13th of June, when we announced that we're going to Vatican to give the peace message to the Pope. On the 16th of June, a number of people from across Europe turned up to be in the Vatican. Now we call upon all of you who can have access to the United States. It's worth the trip to be in the White House on Sunday. Doesn't matter who or where you are, try to make your way there. What color, shape, and size. Don't look at the cost, because the cost will be paid back by humanity. I call on all the Keshe Foundations who can be in Washington on Sunday, make it to Washington. The only thing is, the securities can refuse, but Obama knows we are outside. We have already passed the message on to Mr. Kerry through our contacts and the White House that will be there on Sunday. They wanted the Yale University to confirm it before the president accepted. We stand outside and we yell inside. We are free. It's your time to walk out. To walk out to us and bring it in. And let's become the peace builders, not the war makers to make peace. This is a very bad news for a lot of countries. Exactly to the week last year, I was in a hotel in northern Italy. I met with the Saudi prince who was staying in the same hotel as us. And I said to him and his advisors, you better stop loading fuel on the ships. They are not going to be sold anymore. No one will need them. I asked him for consultation with the King of Saudi Arabia that we can foresee to stop the progress. The development in a way that not so much damage will be done to the structure of the Saudi income. But as of today, exactly to the year, there is no need for oil. We start releasing the technology, and as I said, we are keeping it in a number of places. If anything happens to any member of the Keshe Foundation, we will release it. You have to understand we have access to a lot of communications, and we know what is the plan. There is a huge plan paid by government to assassinate me in the next 3 weeks. The assassination has been paid for to assassinate me, Caroline, and Rubin together. We know who's doing it. We know who's paid the money. All goes back to the lady who spoke the language. and cried. We are fully aware of this, but we have no fear. We are here to serve, and we served it the last second we are alive. And today we served it. We even know which company has paid the money. That's why there are no outputs on anywhere in respect to the guys who were shouting and howling false play, because they've been paid to go silent. So now we have two choices. We have 3 weeks while I'm alive, according to the payment of the Belgian government, to assassinate me, or we transfer the knowledge right across and we protect the humanity. That's the reason. That's the reason we have to share the knowledge as rapidly as possible. On Sunday we deliver. We have moved into a safe place. Warrants has been asked for by Italian government for those who are in program to do it. Now you have 3 weeks while I'm alive. If they manage to assassinate, we give you the name of the company and the people who have been paid to do. So Sunday is the beginning. Move in and we change the course. At the same time, we have to bring the change in. There is no time. There is no time. The change has to be very rapid. The change has to be in a way that brings balance to all of us, irrespective of time, place, position, power, or whatever. Let me explain to you one thing. This is the beginning. Now you have seen it. The minute Douglas touches the light bulb, energy appears. Would you like to show it to them, Douglas? Touch of a finger. In the coming weeks, we will show a dynamic remote system, which means the energy will be available to mankind right across. Same time, we can load the systems that man forgets about the guns. The war game is over. The killing is over. And there is one thing to understand. If we do not do this, we have let our children down. We put back man into slavery for more times. I have no fear of being killed, paid for by a king whose time is already over. There should be no kings. There should be no man higher than the other. As in the space, we are all equal. You have to understand one point, and that is, on Sunday, we'll be at the White House. Is the White House has to stay white. And it's the same with Beijing and with Moscow and the rest of the world leaders. When I release the knowledge, I release it to humanity, not to one or two nations or other people. The next step is change of the course in feeding, in health, and then a space will come last, because we have to clean up the house before we can move. So understand one thing. In the coming weeks, we will introduce systems which you could not even imagine. We'll introduce systems that by flying over the countries, we eradicate cancer. You will understand. The way I promised energy, you will see the rest. We will deliver systems that no man will feel hungry. Man will work out of the pleasure to serve, not out of the pleasure to see, to survive. This is the second time I put the hand of peace across to the Washington. First time we succeeded with Iran. This time we succeed with the world. President Obama, this time you do not need to ask your ambassador for the key. This time, my ambassador, Douglas, is at your office. It's for you to accept. Ambassador of peace, ambassador of knowledge. The only one who can fail in the United States is you and nobody else. And the same goes with the Chinese leaders. We respect you as the world leaders, but you have to understand, world needs to be led by the man of correct conduct. There is something important I've been asked to address in respect to the government and the elections in the United States. Today is not the time for it. In due course, we address this. I've been asked to withdraw support from certain nations. All nations are equal. I've been asked to give to us because it's your responsibility to do, because it's ours now that you have got it. I've shared it. A number of people know what to do and how to do it. But we all have one common ethos. Energy for peace. You guarantee us peace worldwide. Withdraw all wars. We deliver the technology worldwide. There is one reason for this way, the way I've done it. And you've seen it. We delivered the most dream of the man to have energy in a very simple presentation, live on the camera. None of you could imagine. We always made announcements beforehand. This time, we made no announcement. We announced to the governments, this is what we're going to do today, and we're done. It'll take you less than a few hours to build a unit. And then, if you had a maggrav unit, you just need to build another 2 or 3 pieces to it, and it'll work. All the ones who went and became and set up websites and all sorts of accusation and accused of us a scam and everything else, we thank you for it. Our survey traffic internationally shows you have created more traffic for us people to join us than our own supporters who are busy building the units, building the technology. Thousands of people were sharing the knowledge to build, and what you call trolls became the spokesman, because people, when they came in, they saw it. And when they send the booklets and things and leaflets to say we are a scam to our own supporters, thank you very much for that too, because now our supporters had to judge their own knowledge if they were true believers. So in either case, while we were busy developing it, you were advertising it for us free, and you brought more than you can imagine. I thank all the trolls in France, in Germany, in Belgium. You've done a fantastic job for us. As I said, you were the ambassadors for us to take the knowledge out, and you've done a very good job. You did better than our own supporters do, because they are not expert in these things. They were too busy building to change the course of humanity, and you became the tools, first of all, not to spread the knowledge and about the Keshe Foundation, but you allowed our own people to judge their own belief and how true they were to peace. Many times I received many emails and a list of trolls, and I always told them, these are for our benefit, because our people are too busy developing, they don't have time to change and share. So they are doing it for us. And I ask our security to check in the background, how much do we benefit by these trolls? Massive. Massive. That's why we don't shut them down. Because people are not stupid. When they see it, when they go around and they read it, and then they do it, or they can see the system and what it does, they become a believer. We thank you all. In a way, the anti-Keshe Foundation was the server of the Keshe Foundation. There was nothing anti about it. You served us well. We thank you for your work. You have brought many, many people to understand the technology, And in understanding it, they became the supporters and the developers. And understanding the technology is bringing changes. Would you like to enlighten us again, Douglas?
Yes, sure. I was just showing different temperature readings so everybody could see everything was working. The freezer showed.
Can you show us again? Can you show us again?
Yeah, sure. The thermal indicator, just a regular one you buy anywhere. I'll open up the freezer door here and
It's too cold to read.
no, it's going down. I had it on the heater. So it's a reading of 31 degrees Fahrenheit in the refrigerator. So we know my room's a lot warmer than 31. And we will get the fan going back up here at 1500 watts. Doesn't take this thing long at all.
You got to understand, when you're not using the full capacity of the technology, the systems for 5 kilowatt, you can put them into do other things like making food, like making water. So the system can run for years like this, and this will give you a lot of pleasure, because in a way you have the whole knowledge with you. You can use the system off peak and on peak, and you can bring pleasure in using it. What's this one?
213 degrees right now, and I'm turning it off because, like I said, it's really hot in here. I've got
This is strange. You just flick it open and flick it shut, and this has been the dream of the man to do this.
Okay, now the panini, this little sandwich maker, it gets a lot hotter. You can see it's registering at a 325 Fahrenheit right now, almost 326, and it'll go up to about 340 or 350. Now we can see, of course, I can touch the maggraph coils. You can tell they're not hot. And the top coil is reading 100.1. That's the top coil. The very bottom coil is reading 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The capacitors are just a little hotter. They're 87.4.
You see what you just showed in a simple way, the bottom being 85 and the top 101 or whatever. This shows the work of a dynamic plasma. North Pole always slightly stronger fields than the South Pole. You just shown the pure physics in a very simple way. What is the heating on your hairdryer?
It was showing 100 and turn it on high. A real quick one at 209.9. It'll go a little higher than that. It'll go about 250. But that's just a quick one to show you. It'll get up real fast. So all the indicators are there. We turn on the light and complete the circuit there. And this is where all the load comes from. And even it is only 99 degrees.
Thank you very much.
There's something I would like to say. I would like to say that do not fear. The more you give, the more you will receive. And the more you give, and if everybody around the globe can just give from their hearts, the more you're going to receive, and it's going to be good for everybody, and it's going to benefit everybody. So simply give. That's what I would like to say.
And it'll be important for Obama to manage the transition.
It is very important. transition is the worst nightmare of governments at the moment. If we release the knowledge tomorrow or on Sunday and goes like a hot wire around the world, within days, oil prices will hit less than $5. People will start producing it. People will start feeding themselves through it, and the whole present world economy will collapse. We planned it this way. We're going to collapse. It doesn't matter one way or another because it had to be a start. We should have done it in the earlier way, but this way we allowed people of the foundation to do it and we kept it. The whole blueprint is ready to release. Brennan, you're in the background. Can you be coming online?
I put the copy in there for a few seconds.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
And it was 1:45, so we'll see what it is here in a second.
Brennan is online.
Brennan, can you, would we have any problem to release the blueprint of the generator now?
No, sir. The initial setup that I have submitted to you, that's still the one you have already been working with. So if we want to release that drawing, so people can start testing and follow and make their generators as well.
Thank you very much. We wait for the Sunday and the White House.
Okay, sir.
Thank you very much. We announce if we decide. We receive collaboration from the American government, the Chinese government, and the Russians and the rest. Then we'll release it. This way, at least we can negotiate a peace talk. We invite the world leaders to Keshe Foundation Center in Valletta. If not, they can choose the place and time. We meet with the ambassadors, and this time is for them how to lay out how they want to stop the progress. You got to realize what's going to happen in the next few weeks. In having energy, you stop demanding for energy. The oil crisis will become crisis for the oil companies, not for you. The oil crisis will not exist as more and more people will sell pieces of it on the side road, on the sideway, and making it for each other from Africa to Asia and to America. The other problem with it is, now that you create a plasmatic field, as just Douglas showed you on top, are higher than the order. You can put a glass of water on the top, and because of the structure, you receive all the nourishment you need. Your system becomes your feeder. If you follow the procedure as we explain in the coming days, you put your MAGRAP system, which is the higher power, and you put the auxiliary systems in the background between you and them, there shall be no cancer. Your system is your health system. A lot of you who made the MAGRAP system, now you can build everything around it. Energy, water, power, in-flight system, and everything else you can imagine. I start teaching, as I've done, more freely with plasma. I want to know how people can put one system, MAGRAP system in the middle, and put the auxiliary systems around the square, and people can just walk in. No man will be hungry. In the snow they can walk in, there'll be no cold. Whatever I've said, I've delivered. Now the time is to deliver true plasma technology. Sunday, the White House. We have less than 48 hours to move. 72 hours is on the shoulder of the most powerful man on the planet to show if he has the power to deliver the peace. And we go on. We don't insult no world leaders, but we ask the world leaders to join us to bring the change. And as I said, this time we done it very cleverly. Smallest move to block us, we release it, and the mayhem will be worse. Let's talk to bring it fast, that everybody benefits by it. And secondly, our condition is not negotiable. World peace for new technology. It is sacrosanct. We will not negotiate on any other term. Peace, delivery of technology, hand in hand. Does not matter how many factories go and how many people will be employed and how many people will not be the generals of the armies or the head of the corporations which make the arms. This way we save their souls from killing others. At least we serve good. But these all have to stop. There is no other choice. When everybody has all the energy, what are we fighting for? Who to be leader of which section? Or we create one council that we get support through them, that we are all equal. And then we open the doors of the universe. Those people who are sitting in the background and are intermediary between the White House and the Foundation, the Russian structure and the Keshe Foundation, the Chinese structure and the Keshe Foundation, the Iranian government and the Keshe Foundation, and the same with others. It's the responsibility of all the Keshe Foundation members to deliver the blueprints to press, to all the press, and flood the internet and let people do the way we've done with everything else. If you are a Keshe Foundation member, supporter, you deliver the blueprint to the parliaments, to the offices of the governments, to the press, on the internet. Flood it, that you free the mankind and humanity. This is our job. We got nothing else to do. We done all the hard work. We trained enough people that we have enough supporters to deliver the peace. And now you are, each one of you who worked around the foundation, you are the ambassadors of peace. Peace for mankind as totality, not in one piece of land. There are huge plans, and the plan is very simple. Free man from the shackles of others who want to be the power. The power has to be amongst the people, with the people, not amongst those who would like to exercise it to see who they are and what they can do. My call goes again to all the Keshe Foundation supporters. I will release the blueprint. I choose the time as we agree with my team. We work as one. None of us has more say than the others. We respect each other's opinion because we work on one direction. And when we release the blueprint, like the way we did with the Magraph system, you put your Magraph system you built on the table, you make connections to it, and you are free from the shackles of the energy. And then food, and then everything else you want. I work on the collaboration. Keshe Foundation core team is around about 40-45 people, which we trust exclusively. And everyone will release the technology simultaneously. Wherever you are connected, put it up. Show people how to do. Make your systems. Teach the people on the street who cannot do, they can find a piece of wire, that this piece of wire is the path to the freedom of hunger, freedom from energy, freedom from not having a shelter. And then they teach the others. I said to you, I've done my job. I have achieved what I came here for, and I've achieved it amongst you, with you, not on my own. There was a lot of long way of struggle, but now we have achieved it. The example of it is on the table. You choose. If you are happy with one light in the house, that the child can study to educate himself, there is the light, there is the energy. We can teach you how to make systems for less than $10. Douglas, Vernie, Renan, the Keshe Foundation team, all become the masters of teaching of this technology. We'll teach in every shape or form. Those of you who want to buy the power unit from the Keshe Foundation at the price we put, we supply you because we have to develop the technology. We have no choice. If the government pressurizes you to pay penalties for producing your own energy, Peter, is Peter in the background?
Yes, I'm here.
Peter, would you like to tell us how you made gold?
So far, I cannot say that it is gold because it was not really tested. But I have made some materials that are shiny like gold, and even others that are shiny blue. And
would you like send the material to a lab and we pay for it?
On Friday, I have the chance to go to a group, and they have a radio spectrograph, and I hope that they can see something on my paper that I have.
Okay, could you share with us your knowledge, how you've done it, that if it's correct, others can follow?
I have done it the way that you showed in the last teaching, with 2 reactors. And I have made a video of it, and then I got up with the RPMs, and one ball flew up and crashed on the floor then later on. And now I have made new ones, and I have to wait.
Would you like to share your video with us?
A video, yes. Maybe. I don't know if someone in the background has it. It is on Facebook.
Would you like to share it with us?
What
Rick?
What name is it under in Facebook? What would it be under in Facebook that I can look it up?
Peter, we need a Facebook name.
Or maybe he doesn't want to give it out on the air.
Hello, Peter.
Maybe there's another way I can find out. Maybe
No, I was muted.
You are muted. Okay. Would you share a screen with us, and then we go? There is no music on this because I watched this. This is pure teaching, and it's beautiful what you've done. Would you like to share it with us, please, Peter? Douglas, we're going to leave you for a while and come back to you later on. Please plan your way, the route, if you can tell us by the time we get to the end of this session, which route you'll be taking to Washington. And then we can put it down, please.
I got a little surprise for everybody at the end.
Okay, let's have the surprise.
So I am ready.
We'll come back to you, Douglas.
One important thing that we got to remember is that in the past we used to share from ourselves for money. Now the money is gone, the gold is gone. You just have to give and share from yourself. And we used to in the past we used to share for money, and the society is together and we are working with one another. But there is no money anymore. There is no gold anymore. The energy, the plasma is free, and you are free. So just remember to give from yourself, and you'll experience this freedom within yourself. And just give.
Thank you very much. Peter, would you like to share a screen with us, please?
Yes, I'm ready. Here is my share.
Can you explain to us what you've done?
So there is the PWM to regulate, and this is the first ball and the second ball. And now I go really high. It's up to 10,000 maybe. And in between I have a sheet, a plastic sheet. I thought maybe the particles are drawn to it because it attracts it maybe. And behind is my gold guns. Now I go a little bit further. And you know, I couldn't really measure the speed because these cheap measurement tools are not correct. I can go further on. So now it's before the ball flew up. So now it comes the slow motion of this. And now I have a close look on the paper that I rubbed on the plastic. And you can see there are tiny little yellow, but also bluish ones. If you see here and here and here, it's full of them. But it's really very tiny. It's not it's just the beginning, I would say.
But did you put any gold in this water? Or
No, no. I had only what I had was the gold guns in the reactor in the center ball and the CH3 in the outer ball. And the one was the way you have said. The one was highly alkalic, and the other was highly acid. And the second ball, there was also the gold in the center ball, and there was low acid, and in the outer ball, highly acid. And I made it.
Okay, Peter. Peter,
yes.
Please go through this bit very slowly. You have two balls. One ball has two cores, two balls inside each other, one ball inside another one. One ball is highly acidic, and what did you put as acidic material in that ball, please?
I took my sugar guns. So it's, you know, in the inner is highly acidic, alkaline. So it's the gold guns with salt guns, with the guns of salt. So
where that is in the center.
In the center, and in the outer ball, it was CH3 with a lot of sugar guns, water, but only the water.
Mm-hmm.
Which video you mean?
The one you're just sharing with us. Now we got the energy free. Let's see, if you made the gold will be free too. With a bit of sugar, it will do a long way. It'll be sweet for everyone.
Yes, but it's only tiny little particles.
Doesn't matter, because that's where it starts. Gradually, as the mass increases in gas state, you'll attract more. You have to understand not everything is at the level energy of the gold. You have to create enough friction that gradually they add up.
And you know what I have seen, my gold guns was first yellow, and I made it 2 months ago, but now it turned into a greenish color. And so I'm not very sure if the gold that I had was really pure gold, because there might be also some copper or
the Russian gold.
Yes, maybe, but they sold it to me as 24 karat.
No, I can sell you anything you like at the moment.